Supreme Kai, the perfectionist. Crash on your Vegas nerves. Buffet, I'm not to serve. Fresh out of canapes, I'm on the hors d'oeuvres with a hunger indescribable to put in. That's me. The host with the most. OT from the D. Creator of this newly booted theory. DJ 7, young got discretion. Cool, go hard in the paint like resin. Ray Sun checking with the scoop for your teacup. How do we know that? I swear he knows some higher ups. DJ Slim is the linchpin to the crew. Locked in, turned up like an Allen screw. Together we the squad. Salute our supporters like Captain Picard. Congratulations in advance, confetti. Toothpick, cake, clean, we fresh out and red. Fifth Element.
Yo. What up, though? It's your boy OT from the date. You know what I mean? Back in the building with my squad. You know what I'm saying? And then got my guy Ray Sun over here. You know, this is Fifth Element Hip Hop, and this is what we represent hip hop. You know, peace, love, unity, and having fun. You know what I mean? All the elements of hip hop that make this thing such a great thing to be a part of. You know what I mean? Without further ado, my guy Ray Sun, what up, though?
What's happening, man? Another Friday, no smut on our names.
No smut. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, just in case y'all wondering, I'm like, we do have everybody in the building. Supreme Kai, she's sitting down for a second because we got a couple of special guests in the seats right now. We gonna talk to them for a bit. You know what I mean? But in the back, we got my man, incredible DJ Slim. What up, though?
Peace. What's good, y'all?
You know what I'm saying? And Hollywood Bug.
Happening.
What's happening? Yeah, and I got Smooth K. He's DJ Seb, aka Smooth K. You know what I mean? His new moniker, Smooth K. That's what he's going by now. Right. You know what I mean? He's doing a special event for his school today.
Yeah, he got the Wildin' Out event going on.
Yeah. And it went
Desert Pines.
Yes, sir. It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Now that we got all that out the way, I'm going to introduce our guests right now because they're going to sit in on the news section with us, man. My guy, he's been up here before. He's part of that 5-man conglomerate of engineers that pretty much rule over Vegas as far as engineers go. If you want to know about the best engineering skills in Vegas, man, these guys are the guys, man. You can learn a lot from. Go to their studios, you're going to get the best sound. And he's 1/5 of that Voltron. My guy, King Gas, a.k.a. Gas Station Studios. Y'all know what's happening. What up, though?
Not much, man. Happy to be here.
And we got the pleasure of having what should I say? Gas station studio artist? or what? I'm like, how do I do that? You know
the baby goat. What you mean?
Yeah, the baby goat. I'm like the baby goat. I'm like, of course, Gas is the goat, and we got the baby goat with her. You know what I mean? I'm like, they run together. You know what I mean? Y'all might get jumped by the goats. We got our girl up here, man. I'm like, yo, we had the pleasure of sitting in on her listening party, and she killed it with some incredible music. You know what I mean? And she's gonna talk more to that in a minute. But without further ado, let's introduce and clap it up for my girl TIANA SHAI. Hey, what up, though? You know what I'm saying? Ray Sun, man, what you got for us in the news, man?
Spitta P new album just dropped, and that's what I want to start with.
Yes, sir.
Spitta version.
Shout out.
You know what I'm saying?
Spitta P, man. I don't even know what to say. The album fire. He dropped another banger.
Crazy. I just talked to him. He texted me. I let him know that the album was fire, the introversion. I'm like, yo, we've been banging that joint. I'm like, the first song had me like from the get up.
Right.
I was like, man, that song was crazy. So, you know, I salute him, man. I'm like, yo, the album is dope. Thank you for that project, Spitta
P. Hey, but I really want to go straight to this mainstream.
Yes, sir.
Did y'all see the baby interaction with his baby mama's brother, Brandon Bills?
You know, it's crazy. I didn't see it, but I'm like, with the stuff that y'all informing me on is insane, man. I don't see how celebrity is out here, you know, catching fades.
In a bowling alley.
You know what I mean? I'm like, yo,
places.
you can do that now? Yo, like, yo, he didn't get canceled for that, though. You know what I mean? I'm like,
he been canceled, though. He been canceled.
He ain't get the memo. Straight up.
In the bowling alley, though.
In the bowling alley, you know what I mean?
That's a slippery situation.
That part, you know what I mean?
Right. Hey, so how do y'all feel about that? Do y'all feel that Brandon Bills, which is Danny Lee's brother, should have approached the baby?
Honestly, I don't think that you should jump in nobody's personal situation. I don't care if it's a brother or not, unless they're putting hands on your sister or something of that nature. But I'm like, when it comes to relationships, I found if you jump in your brother or sister's situation,
Right.
and say you got into a scrap like the baby, now next week she kicking it with him again. You know,
Yeah.
and you just got your
Yeah,
ass
for
whooped
real.
for nothing.
For
Straight
nothing.
up.
Yeah, I
So
think it depends on the level of disrespect, though. You know,
Right.
It's got to
Depends
be
on that.
But I'm
because
like,
at one point you have to like defend. You got to have your sister's back. if
you
you're
do,
a brother.
but at this, this is a situation to where I feel like he came looking for a fight because
Right.
he
He
showed
definitely
up.
did.
You know what I mean? He showed up looking for
Right.
it. Now, if I was just there and it was like, yo, you know what I mean? You calling my sister all kind of, you know, B's and H's and smacking her around, then I'd be like, you know what I mean? I'd be like, okay, yo, you about to get whooped up.
Right.
But I'm like, I'm not going looking for you. I'm not like, oh, he had to whoop the whoop. Let's pull up
Right.
on me. And you get whooped, bro. You look for that fight, and I'm sorry.
Hey, in his defense, it looked like he showed up dolo though.
Yeah, Dolo.
He was by himself.
Mistake number one.
I feel that too. I
Right.
feel like he should have.
Mistake number one. I'm like, yo, you gonna show up Dolo? This the baby. He ain't never got not people with him.
Right.
He sleep with people in
he got
his
a,
house.
He got a
Right.
track record for whooping ass and shooting feet.
Come on, man.
So-
I'm like, yo, this dude got a real kill, like a Mortal Kombat game. Like straight up, dude. This dude got a real kill under his belt in a Walmart shooting a random dude. I'm
Man,
like, come on,
tough.
man.
That's tough. And he knocked out old boy in the whatever Gucci store, Louis Vuitton
See
store,
what I'm
whatever it
saying?
was.
Damn.
I'm like, yo, man, and you about to run up on him Dolo and
Right.
think this is about to go right?
No.
Man, come on, man.
I can't think of that guy's name that he knocked out. He had his pants down in the store, but he ended up getting killed. What is his name? I'll come back to it later. But
All right.
the guy he knocked out ended up getting killed last year.
Damn.
All right. So it's crazy.
Did the baby do it?
Nah.
Shit.
Not that he know of.
Shit.
Not that he know of.
Did he catch another fade? You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Boy.
this dude.
And hey, do you know Mozzie signed with Yo Gotti and CMG?
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about
big.
that.
So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that might be big for Hell Gang for Hitman.
Yeah. I've been seeing that. I've been seeing it. Actually, I seen Hell Gang post on that earlier today.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing big things come out of that for Vegas. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's gonna be dope.
Interested in seeing how that kind of helped Mozzie though. Like he already making millions.
Right.
Right.
Independent. Like
Well,
so
I
it
would-
must be a benefit.
Right,
Yeah,
I was gonna say it had to be something to where it's very beneficial to Mozzie because, like you said, I'm like he got placements everywhere, making
Right.
millions. I'm like, yo, he really didn't need it, but unless he needed it, you know what I
Right.
mean? I'm like, so you don't know,
Yo Gotti said it's almost like a joint venture.
right? So,
But man, let's get into this conversation.
yes,
Let's get
sir,
into
yes,
this
sir,
convo.
yes, sir. You know what I mean? So, all right, we got the goat and the baby goat
Yeah,
right
yeah.
here. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
I'm all
man,
gassed up.
I'm like, man, I'm all gassed up. So, Tiana, what's up?
what's up?
Chilling. So tell us about this project, man. I'm like, yo, we had the privilege of being able to sit in on this on the listening party. And
Thank y'all for coming. That was
Thank
dope.
you, thank you for inviting us. Shit, you know what I mean?
dope.
I'm like, it was crazy. I'm like, you know, we was all in the house. Me, Kai, Ray, my son. He loved it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the project is a vibe for sure.
It's absolutely a
Definitely a
vibe. It's absolutely a vibe. So I'm like, with this project, I know that you had like some production from Gas and you know some production. Did you?
The whole,
Was
the whole project.
I was under
project.
the impression that she produced some of it as well.
I did all the vocal production on it.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
all
Like
right.
he assisted with that as well on certain songs.
Okay.
It was kind of honestly the project. I wasn't gonna make a project last year,
Right.
and I was just over it. Kind of, you know, in the middle of the pandemic, not inspired to write my own music.
Right.
And then we made one song. Like, okay, I gotta make a song because it's been too long, right?
Right.
So we made one song, and that turned into him saying, "Why don't we do like a little EP and drop it for cuffing season?" So I
Right.
was like, "Okay." So we locked in, got the whole project done in like 2 weeks. Like, it was
Nice.
bang bang boom. It was real quick.
That means it
He
was
made all the
destined.
beats. Yeah, he made all the beats. We wrote together. I wrote by myself. He wrote by himself. Like switching out, getting on the mic, in between sessions, trying to finish the harmonies. Like it was kind of crazy. I was trying to get it out as quick as possible.
You know that's dope. I'm like, how does that work with y'all working together and you know you know, like seeing like,
Like,
does any conflict come up? Like, okay, like when you like, okay, I'm gonna sing it like this or do it like this, and you be like, nah, I don't want this shit like that.
Sometimes we have a difference of opinion in the way that the arrangement should go, because with my type of music, there's so many layers to it, right? So sometimes I'll have literally like 20 backing tracks, and there's so many different things going on that not everybody necessarily hears, but we hear it. You know what I mean? Like and so because we have different ears, we hear what should be there different. So sometimes they'll be like, we'll argue over a harmony, and then one of us will just win the argument, and that's the harmony. You know what I mean? But sometimes we go back and forth because I'm a goat too. You know what I mean? So I know what I'm talking about. I know what I want it to sound like, and then he also is. So he has his different, different ideas sometimes.
Right. Do y'all ever get to a point where like y'all disagree on something, and then you might win, and then she goes in?
Before I answer this.
like say Gas wins, and then you just go in and say, you know what, I'm gonna just switch it back and just do that.
I'm sure she did do that. I'm sure.
Nah.
Sure.
It's usually if he's really being firm on something, it's usually for a reason. You know what I mean? It's not usually an ego thing. It's like, no, this is gonna sound better. Just trust me.
Right.
So at a point, we kind of have to give in to like, okay, I trust you. Okay, I trust you. You know what I mean? Because I might not understand right then, but later I'll be like, I see why we did that.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Nice. Yeah. Now, I'm like, I know you called the baby goat for a reason. You know what I mean? I'm like, we go to Gas Station Studios, and you got your own room. Right. So engineering, was this something that you were into before, or did Gas kind of bring you in? Because I seen him engineering. I'm like. So I want to know, like, how'd you get into that? Because it's not, I don't see no female engineers, to be honest with you.
That are really, really good.
You the first one I ever seen.
I know of some, and I've heard of some, but like.
Yeah, and I'm like, yo.
Humbly speaking, like, I'm.
Nah. Yeah. You can't be humble, because I'm like, my guy Sherm just recorded with you, and the first thing he got on the phone and said, like, man, he's like, I recorded in Tiana's room, right? And he's like, man, she just as nice as Gas, right? He was like, she was killing it, right? I was like, damn, like that. I was like, okay. I was like,
he came in to record a verse on somebody else's song that I recorded, right? Right. So he came in, and I could feel his energy was a little bit like, okay, is she gonna be good? You know what I mean? Right. And so I know him, so we just went in, and he was like, okay, I go in the booth. I said, nigga, it's the same process. Right. Like, it's the same. I got you. Just go in there and do what you do, and I'm gonna do what I do. Right. And I put some stutters in there. He was like, oh, okay. You could see his face, like, oh, she really cold with it. Okay. But as far as how I got into it, to answer what you said, because I'm an artist, I've always recorded myself. Now mixing, I was not like I could use Logic, record myself, stack harmonies, and then get somebody else to mix it before. But he definitely put me on to the style of how he mixes. You know what I mean? Right. And really, I interned like an actual internship for years to get as good as I am now. And it was a rough internship, because engineering is no joke. And I think one of the reasons why I am the baby goat is because I have a firm background in music before I even started engineering. Right. You know what I mean? Music theory. I hear harmonies like crazy. I'm a great songwriter. I'm an artist as well. I am a vocal coach. Like, I can do all of the aspects that are behind the engineering portion of it. So then when I go into it, I'm like, oh, we need this here. We need this here. That other engineers that aren't artists or aren't songwriters or aren't producers aren't hearing. They're not hearing what I'm hearing.
Okay. Yeah. So if I wanted to come in and just do a whole auto-tune album, you can get me sounding right?
I can make anybody sound good.
That depends on you, bro.
Right. Man, I couldn't hold a note if they had handles on it. I would keep it 100 with you.
Hey, we done made some magic out of nothing, though. I'm gonna tell you.
Okay. You'd be surprised. Stuff I made sound good.
Hey, so the album 2 AM, that's is Afrobeatish, or I'm not too familiar with that. What's your background? Where are you from?
I'm from Hawaii. I was born and raised in Hawaii. I'm Jamaican. My father's from Jamaica.
Okay.
Wagwan.
And my mom is Hawaiian and Dutch. So I grew up in a very like island, on an island, literally. So I grew up in a very island culture, aloha culture. So if you listen to my music, you can kind of hear like people when they hear me talk, they're like, you don't have an accent, but you sing with an accent. And I'm like, nah, if I get mad, I have an accent. Like that's my native tongue, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I kind of turned it off when I moved to the mainland so that people could understand me, because I used to have a thick accent when I was little.
Right.
That's ill. You just called it the mainland.
Yeah, we call it the mainland.
The mainland.
That's what we call it, the mainland.
Okay.
So my genre is really pop, but it's kind of a genre that we created.
Okay.
I was doing R&B for a minute. If you like dive way back into the beginning of TIANA SHAI, I have a project called If I Stay, which was like an R&B project that I kind of had to just get off my chest. By the time I released that, we had already found my sound, which is what it is now.
Right.
But I didn't want to throw that music away, so I just put it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I started transitioning into my Afro-pop R&B. It's really a fusion of Afro-pop, R&B, reggae sometimes, pop, hip-hop a little bit. It kind of just depends on how I'm feeling. You know what I mean? Because I'm such a mixed person with so many different ethnicities and backgrounds and cultures that I've been immersed with, like I had to put that all in my music.
Everybody who I played that joint for, man, loves it. Like when I say love it, I'm like, yo, that's the perfect joint to put on for the females, man. They love that joint. I'm like, man, they get them into a zone. I'm like, man,
What you talking about over there?
thank you for that.
I got so many people say that. Like that's
saying,
going on the
thank
sexy
you.
time playlist. I'm like, okay.
Whatever, man. Hey, man, thank you for that. I appreciate you.
Right.
Right.
But it got those Northtown beats, right?
Yes,
That Northtown
sir.
production too.
So, I actually had to study, man. I'm gonna keep it real. Like she put me on to Afrobeat and like that whole genre. So if you want to actually do something, you gotta study the way they do it first. And so it took a little while for me to find that groove, and then to be able to add the Northtown swing on it. But it definitely, if you listen to it, it definitely got a Northtown swing.
Right.
Hey, look, already.
Let's season salt, you know.
Look,
seasoning,
man,
huh?
if y'all don't know about Gas's production, Gas is like, he like that. Like that. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, anybody tell me different, man, I'll slap you to sleep. This dude is nice, man. I'm like, I'm just keeping 100.
Yeah.
No, he can really make anything because he hadn't produced any Afro pop, like none. Before I was like, have you ever done this? He was like, no. And I was like, do you want to try to do it? And he was like,
Get her done.
So I sent him a bunch of examples. He started studying, like I'm like something like this mixed with this. And then in the beginning, if you go listen to like my first Afro pop single, On Me, you listen to that and you listen to this project now, like you could hear him evolve. Not just me, but him.
Dope.
Like he dived
dope.
so much deeper into it, and now it's like, okay, that's our sound.
Man, yeah,
Man, that's a great job for you not to have been, you know what I'm saying, familiar with the vibe and the music, and then for you to actually say you studied it, and then you just, man, good job, bro.
He was over there studying the
I forgot
drums.
he was over there. I thought he was down
Everybody forgets the DJ and the cameraman, man.
Look, talking. He the reason when you hear that music in your head right now.
Funny.
You know, like, man, that's Slim back there. He incredible.
Yeah.
But no, definitely, it was a process, man, and I respect it after, like in hindsight, seeing everything. I understand why everything went the way it did, why we even bumped heads. It was all necessary,
Right.
everything, man. So,
Man, that's what's up, man. I'm like, yo, I definitely respect it, man, because y'all definitely putting out quality product, man. I'm like, yo. I'm like, Gas, while you here, man, let's talk about this this cookout we just
the
had.
cookout.
I'm like, you here right now. Let's talk about the
was
cookout.
crazy.
jeez.
Let's talk about the
it.
cookout.
Hey, we had high hopes,
Right.
high expectations,
Right.
and y'all showed up. And when I say y'all, that was Vegas, man.
Absolutely.
Vegas. We put it out there. We did our part as far as like, well, to the best of our ability, as advertising and trying to make sure everybody felt like they were invited personally,
Right.
to the cookout. And the reception, man, and the rap battles, the beat auction,
Man.
everything flowed the way that it was supposed to.
Right.
Yeah, no fights at the
vibe
cookout.
was
Oh,
dope.
No
my
fights
goodness.
at the cookout.
No
man.
fights at the
You know what I'm
And
saying?
people were
That's-
encouraging each other, even when people were choking and stuff. Like people were like, "Come on, man, you got it!" Like,
Yep.
and you don't see that a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, "Okay, this is a dope vibe right here. We
Right.
created."
But them boys and girls Showed up and showed out, man.
Yeah, man.
For real.
Yeah, man.
It was some bars on stage.
It was some bars. My man, who was my man who won? Jay Spence.
Jay Fence.
Jay Fence.
Yeah.
Jay Fence, man. I'm like, yo, he got up there.
Hey, shout out Young Nito. I ain't know him before that situation.
Hey, that's who I couldn't remember his name. Young Nito.
He was a surprise.
That
Like,
kid,
I was not expecting that.
For sure.
That kid was nice.
And then Jacasso too, man.
Jacasso,
he brought a necessary energy into this space. And when he got on stage and his character came out, it ignited the whole crowd.
His character was out.
Shout out to my
The
boy.
whole time.
The whole time. Before it started, he was
He
out
was
there.
battling in the
Funny,
crowd
dude.
afterwards. I was like, are they battling in the crowd right now?
Man, this dude, he came to eat.
He definitely did.
Straight
But
up.
man, the vision as far as what we plan to do, everybody bringing something to the cookout, everybody feeling invited, like I said, all of that was great. We looked out, we saw people vibing that never or just met each other, people that never talked to each other. Now they got sharing each other's numbers, they follow each other.
Right.
We invited vendors out. My man Mikey Picasso, one of the hardest working artists out here that rep his own brand. He came, he was like, hey, man, Gas, man, I sold more merch than, I did in a long time.
Yep.
We cleared the stash. So
That's
I'm like,
dope.
man, that was big for me. Because
Yeah.
what people don't understand, what people don't realize is a lot of the times when we're not in session, I'll sit in there, bro, and I'll be thinking on how I can make this a us thing. Seriously. Because it's not just about me. People be losing that, man. When you make it about self, you furthering yourself from growing faster.
Yep.
Because networking happens for your benefit.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So,
look, Gas up here dropping jewels right now. Man. I'm like, yo, what time it is, man? I'm like, yo, Gas dropping jewels.
nah, for real.
Yeah, that's
So
for real. Though.
Hey, shout out everybody who came to the cookout. For everybody who missed the cookout.
Man.
There's one more in the spring. Well, not one more. There's one in the spring.
The next one is in the spring.
The next one's in the spring, yo. Hey, man, look. Speaking of events, man, y'all got to pop out to our next hip-hop karaoke.
Yeah.
Y'all have to come, man. I know y'all are coming. Yeah, I know you'll tear it up. You get on there and get some singing and whatever out the way. And Gas, we going to get you on the mic. You know what I mean? We going to do what you do. You know what I mean? Straight up. You know what I mean? That's going to be crazy, man. I'm like, yo, but the cookout, man, back to that, man. I'm like, it was a amazing event. The vendor who you had for the Jamaican food, it was crazy.
Fire.
Keep the Jamaican food.
Hey, shout out
Right.
Auntie. Auntie.
Right,
Keep
Auntie
the
was
Jamaican
going crazy.
When I say, man, I'll smash the whole plate. You know what I mean? We had to eat outside, and I'll smash the plate outside. I was like, yo.
What you get?
I got the
Oxtails or something.
no, I didn't get the oxtails. I got the jerk chicken. Yeah, I got the jerk chicken with
You had to eat that outside. That shit was hot.
It was good, man.
I was
I wouldn't not, man. I'm like, man, I got a palate that tolerates that kind of heat.
okay.
So
Wow.
good, you know.
Hey, so Tiana, you got any videos out for the album?
I'm actually about to start dropping videos. I did a visual for You and Me. I did a visual for Focus. And we're about to shoot the video for Guilty.
Okay.
So there's going to be 3 visuals coming in the next couple months
Okay.
that are all different vibes.
I'm like,
they fire. They fire.
You look at
If
him,
Fifth Element, you know what I mean, can
that-
pop into one of these visuals, we'll definitely pop out, you know what I mean, and come and hang out. I'm like, I don't know how we fit into it, but whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, so those are coming soon. Definitely be on the lookout for those. I haven't dropped a visual in like 2 years or something. I don't even know. So it's about time. You know what I mean? I'll be so busy, man.
locking in, man.
And I spend a lot of time helping other artists create their music. You know what I mean? I feel like I don't put enough time and focus into the after. I can make the music all day, but the artist part of pushing visuals and stuff, especially because I'm a female, you know what I mean? Like, I'm dedicated to focusing on that now. That's why you getting 3 videos, not one.
That's you being the baby goat.
Right,
the baby
right.
goat is busy as the goat. You know what I mean? I'm like, straight up. You know what I mean? Speaking of goat business, though, I'm like, man, you know, before we got on or whatever, you know, I'm talking to Gas, my man over here, you know what I mean? And he's like, yo, he ain't afraid to spit a couple of bars.
Is that right?
Right. I know this comes as a pleasant surprise. You know what I mean?
Spot, huh?
Hey, he said he's gonna spit some bars. You know what I mean?
said I had them.
Oh, he said he had them.
I said, you asked me if I was gonna spit some bars, and I said, I'm a singer, I'm not.
And then you was like,
come on now. And I said, but I could tag him in because if anybody in the city got bars, I'm gonna say this from my mouth. If anybody in the city got bars, it's him.
Look, tag your it. She said she gonna tag you.
People don't know. People don't know it.
Nah,
For whatever reason, but they be like, Gas wrote that. He's featuring on somebody's song. He wrote that. I'm like, nigga, you think somebody else wrote it?
You need a beat? Oh, you gonna?
Yeah.
Nah, hey, if I'm gonna do this, we gonna talk. I ain't no rapper. We finna talk. No beat.
Okay.
No
Hey, Slim, you know what I mean? Cut it. Let's see what Gas got for us.
Nah, he said no beat.
No beat.
Man.
Let's see what he got
I'm not
for
a
us.
rapper.
He said,
Okay, he said I'm not a
They gotta
rapper.
hear me out.
Let's go.
See what I got. It's so ironic. My drive is seemingly heaven sent. When I'm driving the money, and money's the root of sin. No, I ain't lying, and I don't require the MGM. No gold faces like Mandalay, I just want the win. I deserve an award. An ass clapping applause. Work like I'm buried in chores. I bring the wave like the shore. I'm getting blessings galore. I'm asking God, are you sure? Game must be sweet like 16. These hoes be coming in force. I'm sorry, baby. This the one for the Empire. They look at me like the captain. My shawty want all of my free time, so I write it off on my taxes. You niggas out of your league. How you hating on me and I'm not in your bracket? You niggas be capping. All adverbs. Y'all just talk about action.
Ooh. Okay.
I cannot talk like I had it made. We waited years for better days. We broke $1 a million ways. Now we just getting started like folk play. If time is money and money is time, the rollie I'm getting is Minute Maid. You just not the wine like Jose, cause niggas be weak like 7 days. You hear me? Hey, y'all hear this and see my life, cause I live through this music. I know the devil want me hot. I'm trying to keep it cool. Trying to get a whip for Easy-E. Make sure it's ruthless. And if I fail, I can't go home like a Chinese student. My granny said it best. Niggas lie like rugs, spreading hate like love, cause we fly like bugs. Hop out a whip like hop out the whip, stupid whip like duh. And these toys like Buzz. Make $1 million or die trying, my nigga. So ask yourself, what's the rush?
I told y'all.
Okay, I'm like, yeah. Like that, guys? That's what we doing?
I told y'all.
I'm like,
Hey, that was nice.
Damn.
Sleeping on my man.
Right.
Damn. I'm like, I've been in the studio with you how many times?
Hey, man,
Yeah.
when you got talent, you don't gotta speak about it.
Man.
Right.
Okay.
Man.
Well, now that you done spoke on it, next time I'm in the booth with you, I'll be like, hey, yeah, she jumped on this shit with me. You know what I'm saying?
Way back ain't got no
Real
commercials.
talk.
Man, I got you.
Real talk. Because, you know, I'm like, we pride ourselves on our bars. You know what I mean? You know, me and Sherm, you know, we done been in there. We pride ourselves
Hey,
on some of the shit
absolutely. I
we say.
pride y'all on that. I'm rooting for y'all. It's y'all time.
Straight
Right.
up, you know what I mean? But when I hear that, I'm like, hold up, man, we ain't got a gas. Look, that shit about to change real quick.
Hey, when you leave at 16, leave something open for me. I got you.
Hey, you say less. You already you plugged. You plugged.
So that was dope. I just want to bring this up real quick. Y'all got a guy over there, Righteous Music.
Mm-hmm.
Man, well, outside of the cookout, Righteous be doing his thing.
Yeah.
He be doing his thing.
Righteous is nice.
Yeah, that's
I-
gross.
Yeah, I be catching his acapellas on his gram or on his Facebook.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We got a spot for him. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let him know that.
Oh, that's
as
what's
well.
up. That's
what's
Yeah,
up.
there's
And
a
I-
spot for him.
Yeah.
As his brother, I'm gonna talk about the cookout too.
Definitely.
Righteous came and he kind of stumbled a little bit.
Right.
Just putting it out there, right? Everybody seen it. But people don't know, like, I told him a week before. I told him, like, last minute. Like, hey, bro, like, I feel like you should do this. Hop in and do this for me. You feel me? If you don't do it for nobody else, do it for me.
Right.
He had all types of shit going on, like, in his own personal life that he never talk about. He never talk about himself.
Right.
He always showing up for me whenever I ask.
Dope.
And so it was like, through all the hecticness, he was trying to prepare. And he had one verse prepared. You know what I'm saying? So he got put on the spot with two.
Hey, but hey, he did his thing
He
though.
still did his thing,
he still did his thing.
Yeah, he didn't crash and burn. It was some crash and burns up in
Right.
there.
It was everybody.
The one they put
That boy
everybody
said-
in the 313.
that boy said-
Oh my God.
I think I'm Eminem. I feel like Eminem.
He
Right.
said that. I feel like I'm Eminem right
Yeah.
now. They're like, he's joking. That was a movie. That thing
that
was
was
a
a real
movie.
was
movie.
yeah. I'm like,
Wow.
it was some crash and burns up there, and he wasn't one of them.
Right.
Trust
Yeah.
me. I'm like, I remembered him having a stumble, but I don't remember what it was specifically. It was some people that I remember specifically. I was
Right.
like, wait.
No, and the only reason I even said it is because, just like you were saying, like people know Righteous for bars.
Yeah,
yeah.
Right.
Like I
You know what
think
I'm
a
saying?
lot of the crowd was there to see him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Righteous
yeah.
is also a really dope writer outside of that. Like he's part of our writing team. He writes R&B, pop. I can tag him in anytime. He'll come with the melody, singing it.
Yeah.
Like he's dope. Righteous is very
Nice,
slept
nice.
on.
Nice. And tell Miles Lowe, man, good looking on hosting the joint.
man.
Yeah,
That's
he
bro,
he
man.
did that. You know what I mean?
That's
I tapped
big
in
shout
with
out
him.
to him.
I actually made that connection up there with him because of that
Oh, yeah?
event. So that was dope. You know what I mean?
That's
So
dope.
Man,
yeah.
he was in California. Just got off. I'm blowing him up. At the end of the day, he tired. He hopping on the phone. He like, "What up, big bro? I'm tired, man. What's up?" I'm like, "Hey, man, hear me out. What do you think about bringing this?" And we start talking about the cookout, man. Got the rapping, and that's how it happened.
Hey man, I'm like, yo, we seen the vision come alive, man,
Right.
and it was a great look for Vegas, man.
Mm-hmm.
Great look for Vegas, man. I'm like, yo, man, hey, tell the people where they can reach you at.
TIANA SHAI.
TIANA
On everything.
SHAI,
It's
you
on
know,
the screen, you know.
Right there it is.
Everything. Social media. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Twitter. Everything.
Bet, gas.
Music everywhere.
Tell the people where they can reach you at, baby.
At King Gas 100.
King
Y'all
Gas
know,
100,
We
you know
at
what
the
I mean?
gas station.
And
Gas
the
station.
gas station. If y'all ain't got no production at the gas station or did no recording yet, hey, go to the gas station. You're gonna be surprised by the look, and you're gonna be surprised by the quality of production that comes out of it, man.
Right.
I'm like, this dude's a quality dude, man. Quality product. The baby goat. Quality product. I'm like, yo, she out here doing her thing. Yo, give it up for Gas and Tiana, man.
I'm all gassed up.
I'm all gassed up. Look, yeah.
Right, it's hell of an intro.
Ray Son, tell us what you got, baby.
Man, give y'all some nostalgia. 25 years ago today, Wu-Tang released the song Triumph. So that's definitely one of my favorite hip hop Wu songs. I don't know about y'all. Slim, you got a favorite Wu song?
You put me on the spot, man. Just right off the bat, I would go like Protect Your Neck, man. Old school joint.
Okay.
Okay.
OT, you got a favorite Wu song?
Favorite Wu song? Wu song or like a member of the Wu?
That's all, they all just, it don't matter.
Just
It's all,
all-
yeah, it's all Wu.
I'd have to say probably verbal intercourse.
Jizzle.
Yeah.
Jay-Z.
No, that is just that's a Raekwon verbal intercourse with.
Okay, right.
Nas, Through the lights, glamours, and glitters, and
Right,
runs and
right.
gold.
My bad.
Unfold the scroll, plant seeds to stampede the globe. Hey, that shit. You know what I mean? Crazy. You know
Young
what I'm saying?
Kai, back
Oh.
up here with us.
Oh, hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Who knew I was here? Wow. Wow. Look at that.
Holding it down. You got a favorite Wu song?
Man, I could never pick a favorite Wu song. That would be like picking which one of my fingers is my favorite finger. I could never decide that.
I like this one right here.
That part. You know what I mean? That's how you live it.
Right. That's what
That's
I
how you
like.
feel?
That's the one you throw up all the time.
Man,
Huh?
you're right. Hey, and then 25 years ago today, today, Machiavelli released the classic song Hail Mary.
Hail Mary.
Right. So, not Tupac, Machiavelli. You got a favorite Machiavelli song?
Machiavelli song.
Don't ask me.
What's the joint? Against All Odds.
Yeah.
It's my
yeah.
favorite. I ain't gonna, yeah. I've been in the studio getting blowed. Be the realest shit I ever wrote. That's yeah.
Kai, I'm putting you
probably
on the
my-
spot. I'm taking
yeah.
you to the West.
It's my favorite joint, man.
Off the Machiavelli joint.
Off the Machiavelli.
I mean, everybody likes Hail Mary. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know. I kind of like Just Like Daddy.
I like that too.
Just like Daddy.
Yeah.
Come on. That was my
Just
my
like
shit.
Daddy. That was the joint.
I like that one.
Right. All right, so we got another guest up here.
We
Let's
sure
get it
do.
on.
Yeah. So you know, we got the pleasure of having this lovely young lady up here. I'm like, I only was introduced to her, maybe a couple of months ago. You know, I'd never seen her before, but when she hit the stage, you know, I got to see her perform at Ninja Karaoke for the Unity event that IG the label was putting on, and I'm like, the rest was history. All I can say, it blew me away with the harmony she was doing. She even got up there and did a little bit of spoken word poetry, and you know what I mean. And you could hear in the spoken word that she had some bars on deck.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
And from that day on, you know, my man Slim was already, you know, tapped into her, and I was like, man, we need to tap into her and get her on the show. We spoke briefly, but you know, I'm like, she started running down the accolades, and from that point on, I was like, okay, yeah, we definitely got to do it. And I started finding out more and more. The more I dug, the more music and the more things I heard she'd been a part of, you know. But you know what? I'm gonna let her talk to it. Without further ado, let's give it up for our girl, Brittany Soul.
Let's go. Hi.
Let's go.
Yes,
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
honored
yes,
to be
yes.
here. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay. You know, so Brittany, what's up?
What's good?
Hey, you know,
Brittany got a lot going on. I'm so excited to talk to you.
Burning up stages all across the
you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo.
Yes, there's a lot coming. First of all, I'm honored to be here. Me and Quan go back like 17 years.
No doubt. Okay.
The rich homie Quan.
Who is known as Magic Quanson back. I'm just
Oh.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
okay.
I'm just kidding.
New
Okay.
nickname alert.
No. No, Rich Homie Quan is great if that's what.
That's what we doing right now. It's 2022 is Rich Homie Quan.
Rich Homie Quan. Let's say rich energy. But DJ Slim, he actually interviewed me. I met him the first time. I want to say it was like 08 or 09 or something like that. It was shortly after I got named Brittany Soul, which is, in my opinion, I couldn't have picked a better one, but I can't take credit for that name.
Okay, so
I
who gave you that name?
Somebody else did. One of the people, it was actually two people, but one of the persons is this legend known as DJ Duop Rose,
Okay.
the vinylist.
What?
Yeah. Yes, I was. In fact, I had just had a child. By the way, when you see me at Ninja Karaoke, I think I had just had my son 10 days prior.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What?
And you
He's
spoke
3
to
months old
Yeah,
now.
you said it
You
on stage.
spoke to that.
How?
Yeah. We so when I got named Brittany Soul, I had just had my first son, right? And I was like, my nickname is y'all don't tell nobody, okay?
Okay.
But my nickname is Skittles, right?
Skittles.
It was a nickname.
Sound like you need roller skates.
Listen, hello. But anyway, it went back. So when I was coming back out with performing after taking a break off from having my son, I was like, you know what, I want a name, but for now, just put Brittany S on the flyer. And that's what she did, right? And as they were getting ready to introduce me, they were like, but you like soulful and stuff. Like you literally got a beatboxer, you about to sing, you about to spit. Like you need something more than Brittany S. And she didn't give me a choice. She announced me and just said Brittany Soul, and it was like a few hundred people there. Next day, all over Facebook, I'm Brittany Soul.
There you go.
I was
There
like,
it is.
let's go.
Brittany Soul was
Hey,
born.
Brittany
Yes,
Soul.
yes,
Hey,
yes,
But
yes.
that's always the best way to get your nickname, when the people name you. Because the people, you know what I mean, they see you for
That's
who
true.
they see you. You know what I mean?
That's true.
It's the
And I
best way to
couldn't have
get
picked
you.
a better name
Yeah.
because yes, I'm involved in like, multiple genres and everything like that. But the fact that I speak to matters of the heart, no problem. I'm a silly person, but I will go deep in a minute and you're going to feel some things. You know what I mean? Because that's the thing for me. Like healing is like my premise. It's like my main premise. So any way that I can do that in the most creative and dope ways. And I'm telling you, God is dope.
Absolutely.
Like God got bar. Anyway, y'all,
Yeah.
don't let me get into
The
it when it's time
dopest
to
of
get
the
into
dope.
it. When I tell you like some stuff I'm writing, I'm like, whoa. When Gaston said, "Are you sure?" Facts. You'll hear what I'm talking about.
Yes.
You'll hear what I'm
All
talking
that
about.
creative energy, all that whatever you call it, the mojo, the sizzle, whatever you call that. This is from the divine.
It is. Amen. But I'm excited to be here, man.
I'm like, we excited to have you up here. I'm like, yo, I see you got some, well, I don't know what this is.
A book.
a book or merchandise or whatever going
Oh,
on?
okay. I'm gonna switch chairs. Hold on.
Okay, you know what? We gonna get her right because she was slowly sinking.
Down,
She was looking
down,
like she
down.
was 5 feet, 4
First
feet,
of all,
3 feet
I
tall.
love this color.
Look,
Y'all ready?
the seat was going down like Mary
You
J.
got
Blige.
the rich homie
You know what I'm
Quan
saying?
chair.
Going down like
Oh,
Crip Mac in the alley.
You know what I mean?
I feel like I've been elevated, literally.
Hey,
There
you,
it is.
you literally just wow, that's amazing.
Look,
That just happened.
Thank you guys for tuning in too.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
not that one, Quan.
look. Okay.
Quan
I
just,
have-
yeah, go ahead.
I have so enjoyed my show research for the week. Oh my God, getting to look up your music and listen to your music and see your videos and what you've been doing. You've been doing like all the things, you know, for a few years now.
Yeah. Like I said, I got named. I think it was like 08 when I got named. And
Okay.
I've done everything from various types of events. I'm gonna kind of like give you like a picture, right? So yes, I've done like things like the Taste and Sounds of Soul Festival, Culture Festival for like
Right.
the past 10 years up until the pandemic hit and they had to stop for a period of time. But I'm being brought back this year. They'll be in Town Square. And I found out that I'm receiving an honor award for the contributions to Las Vegas and everything I've been doing. So it may seem like I'm just like, for some people, maybe that I'm just out of nowhere. But what happened is when you have something going on in your life that you need to take time to focus on family or handle those things, you got to prioritize. So I took
Absolutely.
like basically a year off, but I've had a project, a dual disc project sitting there since 2020.
Wow.
And
On
when
deck, huh?
I got it right now, and it's gonna be my debut. It's long overdue. I know.
Absolutely, because I'm looking through your music catalog and it's just singles.
Yeah,
Right,
it's just
right,
singles,
right.
but
Single
this
after single after single.
project.
So I'm like, okay, but the singles are dope. I'm like, everything I listened to was
Thank
dope,
you,
all the
thank
way
you.
back up to like 2016.
Look,
I'm
though,
listening
Yeah.
to stuff.
it's
That's
the
crazy.
race. It's the racing against the sun for me, man.
Racing
against the sun.
And I desire
Fighting
real
against
food.
the
That's
wind.
the
Yeah.
J too.
Yeah.
Okay,
that was dope.
I appreciate that. I
like
definitely.
that one. I like
yeah.
that one. That one goes hard.
Yeah, and
I was listening to one you was talking about the reason. It's the reason for this, the reason for that, it's the reason. Like I can't remember the name of the song.
it's called "The Need to Be Loved."
The
We
Need to Be
just
Loved.
We were
so
just
That's
we
the
literally
one.
just like 5 minutes
Yeah.
ago. So "The Need to Be
That
Loved"
one was crazy.
is actually a poem, but I
Right.
put it in song form. And when
Hey,
that one is deep.
that mug was crazy. I mean, I was listening to it. I was like, damn. I was
It
like,
is.
this was.
It's
yeah,
deep. That one hits you.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't heard it, definitely check it out. Yesterday's Dead. I got Racing Against the Sun is the one that
Racing
has
Against the
really
Sun.
done the most right
Yeah.
now. And you know what's odd about that too? That when I uploaded and everything for the online distribution, it was marked as explicit.
What?
So mind you, the type of artist I am, right? I hope to edify. That's
Right.
like we talked about healing's my main premise.
Right.
So I have liberty to talk about a lot of different things from a lot of various perspectives,
Right.
and I sew in like certain principles within my music, right?
Right.
But I don't cuss or anything. Like I'm so confused. Like I'm like, oh, it's explicit. Oh, but that song does the best.
Hey,
Yeah,
you
it
know,
doesn't really make sense why they would label it like that to me.
Maybe because I said the word. I don't know. But either way, it's a dope song. I
It
tell you
is.
that much right
Hey,
now.
look, whatever you did to them, like the song is crazy. So
It worked
I don't
out.
know which subliminal message you put in it to put them to market it explicit, but
I don't think that was subliminal. I don't know. I
Like-
think it just went that hard, and they're like, "Yo,
Yeah.
it's got to be explicit."
right,
Right.
it was that hard.
They're like, something must be something in there.
right.
Hey.
So I mean, like you do so many things. Tell the people all the
Yeah.
things that you do.
Okay, fine. I don't pop lock. I can't make pecan pie. Anyway,
Nice.
So I'm a singer-songwriter.
Right.
I'm a spoken word artist. I am a hip-hop artist.
Right.
I am an author. This is my book right here.
right. Let's
All
talk to
that, all
that.
that there like that. It's called The Key of Love with Brittany Soul. Can be
Right.
found at BrittanySoul.com. I am a curator. I am a show producer. In fact, when the pandemic hit, I was actually already show producing at the Rio when
Nice.
in fact, when I got that call that the show had to be canceled and everything else, I was like, okay, well, everybody's about to be affected by this. But yeah, I do a lot, and it's funny too that they discussed engineering because I took an engineering class. But
Right.
honestly,
Nice.
I would probably learn from like professional engineers, you know.
Right.
But I definitely produce songs. I've ghost written.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
We're not going to talk about that right now.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
but I enjoy writing for other artists, and I mean all genres. I have like everything from rock, jazz, like contemporary Christian to just whatever else. So yeah, I've written for a couple artists that ended up getting signed and didn't necessarily do good business. And you know that happens, right? It does happen. So we live and we learn, and the whole point in no matter how long you've been doing music or creative arts, business, you gotta continue learning the business.
Yeah.
You know, that's how I feel about it.
Business teaches you the toughest lessons.
It's better to be on the front end and be proactive than not.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So yeah. But I do, quite a bit. And I'm a mom.
Right.
I'm somebody's future wife. Amen.
Amen.
I like these amens I just got. Yes.
Tabernacle.
So Brittany, let's talk to this book, man. I'm like, yo, you done brought it up here.
Let's most definitely.
Tell us a little bit about it, man. What's the contents?
Yes, no doubt. It is an infusion of poetry, prose, and awkward moments, funny stories. It also has value pages, which we were just talking about, where I pose a question and the reader gets to put their own poetry, prose, wisdom, whatever. They can answer the question or they could just write their thoughts in it, you know? But it's those value pages where I pose the question, they also entail little conversations or things that people have imparted onto me. They could literally, like one of them is only a 4-word conversation. But they impacted me so much, I felt compelled to put and really give that just due, because a lot of the times they were ministering to me and they didn't even know. So the 4-word conversation was, I was hurting. I was in high school. I was like, my feelings are hurt about this guy who used to go by Tupac. That's a whole, y'all just listen. Linda, listen. So I dated somebody and everybody referred to him as Tupac or like associated him with Tupac. And he was bald with the nose ring with the bandana. Like it's the whole thing.
Okay.
But anyway.
What year was this?
A million years ago. It was in high school for sure though.
Okay, because I'm like, I knew some guys that looked like Tupac. That's why I asked. I was like,
and to be honest with you,
there's
there's no negative energy. He caught me in the hallway somewhere and apologized and was like, my mom said you was a good one. Anyway, we digress. But I was hurt by something, and I was just like, some things had happened, people cheated, whatever, and I was hurt, and
people cheated.
Well, I'm trying to be,
people, not him.
And then
I didn't.
Okay.
And then
what happened was, I'm at someone's house. It was a friend of mine's aunt.
Okay.
Right, we're over there eating the romaine lettuce, and I'm in tears, and I'm like, and she's trying to encourage me, and out of all the dialogue that was said, nothing helped except when I said, but it hurts, and she was like, but it heals. And to be honest, out of all other dialogue I heard that day, that few word conversation did the most.
Right.
So I put it in the book.
Right.
And it was a million years ago. But I'm just saying, like, there are things that people, whether it's on the like radio shows like this with so much value, where you guys bring your perspectives, you bring the news, you bring what's popping in entertainment, but you're helping people, you're educating people.
Right.
Whether it's on this type of platform or it's just a conversation we're having on the side or whatever, people will like drop little gems in you.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And it's important for us to really realize, like, okay, I'm getting fed all day long.
True.
That means you're feeding people too.
That's
Absolutely.
right.
So yeah, that's important.
You need your own talk show or something.
Right.
I actually used to be on a radio show with Gorilla Cross.
You can tell your energy is infectious.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you.
She said, yo, you feeding people. Hey, y'all, prepare, be careful what kind of meals you prepare for people. You feel me? I like it straight up, because
you eat what you reap. You gonna
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Nope.
We definitely got bars. I see y'all do too.
Right. Hey,
Every once in a while, some jingles up in there, you know what I mean? Something, a little
Most
something.
definitely.
Hey, can you speak on the culture in Vegas? A lot of people say there's no culture in Vegas, but from my standpoint, I see the culture alive and well.
Absolutely.
I definitely do. So I'm a native.
Nice.
Which, thank you.
Vegas
We
representative.
unicorns. We unicorns out here. Yep. So this is how I feel, just in general, about when people make a specific negative connotation about Vegas, right? Immediately when someone says something negative about Vegas, I say, where are you from? I'm gonna tell you, it doesn't mean that natives don't speak bad about their city, but more often than not, people are not from here, right?
Absolutely.
So when I ask it, I say, where are you from? Because what you don't realize is Vegas is a whole bunch of everybody else. Like,
yes, it is.
You complaining about somebody driving crazy, but you brought it here. Like, you're not from here.
That's
you know?
true.
So when you have such a melting pot, like a metropolitan city of the world, you're going to have people from all over. They're going to bring whatever energy. If they felt unhappy with where they left, they might be unhappy where they're going to.
Absolutely.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
People come here for a million reasons. So when people say things like Vegas doesn't have culture, that, to be honest, I've heard it so many times.
Right.
We have the conversation. I said, where are you connected? Because I know plenty people that are alive and well in the, really promoting and perpetuating the positive culture we have here in Vegas.
Absolutely.
So who are you connected to, right? But when people say that and what they're doing sometimes is comparing it to wherever they came from,
That's
right? And I've been to Baltimore. I've done some gigs. I've gigged in Baltimore. I've gigged in Boston. They have better clam chowder. I ain't gonna lie.
Right.
But that don't mean you don't have less. That doesn't mean you don't have good culture here.
Right.
You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Definitely.
Like, just because it's different doesn't mean it's non-existent.
Right.
What irritates me, and that's the only thing I'm gonna speak on when it comes to this conversation, is when I have everybody from venue owners to artists to curators and promoters hitting me up all the time. Hey, I hear you the person to come to about poetry. Hey, I hear you come, you know what's going on with these types of artists. I need this, I need that. When they start telling me they're not real active in the scene, but Vegas don't have culture. Who are you?
Right.
Like, to me, that irritates me because I'm like, if you don't know who you're trying, like who your demographic is, you don't know the people at all.
Right.
Why are you speaking on them?
It's not like they don't have culture. It sounds like you don't have culture.
But why?
Because there's culture all around you.
It really
to be
is.
waiting to
But
be found.
What you're saying is you're not involved.
That's the main thing.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not tapped into the culture.
Yeah, people they often say that around me. They be like, Vegas ain't got no culture, especially when it comes to hip hop.
Yeah, you hear it
ain't
all
no
the time.
hip hop scene out here. Ain't no hip hop scene. I was like, have you ever been to any of the things that hip hop even like? I can name like 10 things.
Right.
Like
There's
off the top of my
plenty.
head.
You can get
know
three
what
or
I
four
mean?
in one night.
In one night.
Say that.
You know what
I was
mean?
gonna say you can get several in 1 week, but you're right.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like,
In fact, there's some going on tonight, and the last time they did the same event, they asked me to judge it.
see?
And tonight I'm here, but I'm just saying, like, there's
Yep.
plenty. There's
Right,
plenty.
plenty.
To be honest with you, it's the perspective that needs to change.
Respect.
Right.
Now, for those that can credibly say Vegas may not support each other as much as we'd like to, fair, because every city has opportunities where we can be better, right?
Absolutely.
And when it comes to that, we just got to do our part. That's what it boils down to. But yeah, when people say that statement, I think it's just sometimes people say stuff because it's pop or like they hear it enough. They
hear it.
They don't even believe it half the time. Because there's one person I checked. He was trying to talk to me, and he made the statement, "Oh, I hate Vegas. Oh, I hate this." And I was like, "Where are you from?"
Mm-hmm.
And then I explained that, and then he was like, "Well, I don't really hate it. It's just that." Well, then why are you saying that? Like,
Right.
I don't get it.
If you don't
Go
really,
along to get
I don't
along.
understand.
Right, yeah.
Like, what do you want to sound cute? Do you want me to relate to you? Like, what is?
Exactly. That's what it is.
Because I
You
don't.
know, that's what it is. I'm like, a lot of people, you find more people agreeing with that statement because they come from somewhere else and they haven't found somebody they can connect with.
That is
you know?
all it is.
So now they feel like they're alienated or lonely or whatever the case may be. So they looking for somebody who can identify with them, and they might say something to you. Vegas
Yes.
native, and not knowing that you're
They don't know I'm a native. Most
Exactly.
people, unless you're a native too, or
Right.
you've been around me, or you've heard me say that at an event, a lot of people don't know it. I get told, and sometimes I go in and out of accents. And it's like my mom's side from Jersey, my dad's side from
Jersey? What part?
the whole state. If you're from Jersey, we might be family.
I'm from the shore.
I kid you not, we might be family because my family is
We whole cousins out
is
here.
large on that side, and I haven't been yet. I have not been. Don't I know?
I'm not judging you. I'm not judging you. I'm
That's
not.
like
She
that's like
judging.
the,
She judging.
my dad,
You gotta go.
my dad's side from North Carolina. I've not been there either. Well,
Cackalack.
I've not been there where they are. I'm sorry, but I
North
also go
Carolina.
in and out of Spanish randomly. Like, it's just a thing. But so people don't usually know where I'm from, and when I say Vegas, they're like, nah.
Right.
You'll be all right. Y'all be all right. You're gonna get this diversity and we're gonna break out of these boxes and these stigmas that you have for Vegas, right?
That's right.
Speaking to the hip hop scene though, you know, I'm like you spoke to it earlier about you having some bars, you know what I mean?
I do.
And we do a little something up here called the bar test.
A little something.
Little something, you know what I mean?
You might be familiar with it.
I mean,
we
gonna find out.
Straight up. So, you know, we like to see, you know, if you
let's do it.
Let's been studying.
Let's
do. You know what I mean?
Let's do something. But I'm versatile artist, but let's do this.
You can do all the things.
So I might do a poem later too, since it's the love month.
Yeah, it's love month, baby. It's love. You know what I mean?
All right, I'm gonna have you run that back, or turn it up or something.
Okay, yeah.
Can you guys hear it?
Yeah, we good.
Definitely.
Run it back. You know what I mean?
Actually, hold on. Pause it real quick. Let me set this up. So this particular one is called, I just wrote to it, right? I just wrote to this beat, and it's called God Said. And basically, I want to just tell you this much. When anybody tells me, oh, you should just do this, or I just associate with that, right? Or you should do what you do this way. I'm gonna play telephone real quick, right? And I'm gonna tell you what God told me with this situation, on my purpose, on what I need to do. All right, let's go.
There it is.
And I feel so high sitting in this chair.
That's elevation. What you talking about?
That's right.
Right.
God said, spit, speak, sing for me. Don't worry about those other things. I give you vision and your dreams. Be you were birthed to my earth, and the hearse you will leave. Living your purpose is worshiping personally. An insincere church service ain't working for me. Worse, I can make murderous thieves surrendered and freed. There is division on things that don't matter to me. I could lead you straight to the truth. You yell arguably. I disrupted the Sadducees because they trusted in deeds. And I promise these things you love and cannot make you free. In the buck you will trust. And I know that is green. Looking for milk and that honey, missing cows and the bees. Do not be stuck in the forest while missing the trees. Get in touch with Creator who owns everything. And I've heard the words on how you should proceed. But I wrote this verse because you are my seed. Anyone that has issue with how I've called you to lead, tell them come boldly indeed and speak to me directly. God said, spit, speak, sing for me. Don't worry about those other things. I give you vision and your dreams. God said, Brittany spit, Brittany speak, Brittany sing for me. Don't worry about those other things. I give you vision and your dreams. That's enough of that.
Damn.
Thank you.
Brittany, you are a star. You're a whole galaxy.
Right.
Oh my God.
Like your nails, girl. Show them your nails.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Thank you.
That was amazing.
Right.
I mean, we're doing some things, but it's like that, and that's the thing about it. Like I went through like what I refer to as like a wilderness season, right? Stuff gets real when it's just you and God, right?
Facts.
It gets real when that's what you have. Like when you lose all that I lost,
Right.
2020, 2021, I learned and I gained so much. And God got bars. I'm gonna come up with a t-shirt or something so y'all don't steal that, please. But no, for real. Like, I mean, just the content, the confidence, what I walk in now is not about the insecurities that I had in the past. They don't matter. After some of the stuff I've been through, I'd be like, bro, that's not important.
Yeah. Looking at the world with completely different eyes.
It absolutely. And the fact that time is short, we know that, yeah? Like, we got to make things valuable. I mean, we got to appreciate the value that we have in life right now.
Right.
It's so important. So, yeah, when he gave me that, I was like, okay.
Damn, boy.
Right.
I'm like, yo, man, when he laced you, he laced you.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Like, sheesh. That mug was crazy right there. I'm like, damn. I'm like, man. I'm like, shit.
I can't wait to get home so I can hear this back.
I want to hear that too.
I'm like,
I can't wait to get the link.
when you gonna record that? What's up?
You know
Where's
what?
that?
I don't know. I'm looking for a studio right now to record.
No,
some
man, Gas just walked out.
And you know what? I've worked with Gas before, and I was hoping he stayed so I can say, Gas, with all due respect, you ain't respond to my email.
Don't even trip.
I wasn't even gonna bring it up.
Hey, don't even
It's
trip.
all
I'm
love,
gonna
though.
rush the
I'm gonna
stage.
link
You know what I mean? That's my guy.
I was up. Yeah, no, I love. No, he's dope. He's super dope. He's super dope.
Dope.
Can I read a piece? Cause it's
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So look, I understand the value in being your whole self. That's actually part of what my project, Clearer Waters, is the name of the album that's coming, is about, being your entire self. I'm not, wait till y'all hear it. That's what I'm saying. But for the most part, my entire self is everything from theatrical and silly to I could bring a word. Like we gonna get into this meat. You know what I mean?
Right.
But overall, my favorite topic is love.
Hey.
And this is the love month. So I would be remiss. Amen.
Amen.
Ain't that what they say?
Straight up, you know what I mean?
It wouldn't make sense for me not to at least read a little something from the book, The Key of Love with Brittany Soul. So if I can do that,
God is love. Let's go.
Yes.
let's do it. And I know it. So I actually usually sing to this, but I'm actually partially deaf right now temporarily. I know that's weird, right? But yeah, I know. Because I got an ear infection and I'm recovering, but I can't really hear that well. So I'm not going to sing, but I do sing. And I'm going to do this piece. It's called My Stretch Marks Are Beautiful.
Let's get it.
Feel free to snap.
You know what I'm saying?
You better snap. Rich, what is it? Rich
Homie Quan.
Rich Homie Quan.
I ain't never seen no man scared of no stretch marks, not no real man.
No, I'm gonna need y'all to talk about it after.
Keep it
So,
100.
some say you'll never see these on the covers of magazines like Cosmopolitan, 17, or maybe even Essence. Some say their only purpose is for credible evidence to inevitable life lessons, and some think them bruises, excuses of abuse, bad relationships, shoe prints, but my stretch marks are beautiful. And some may say, see, what had happened was explaining gain the lost pounds of the combo were just combos off the $5 menu. Then you've got those that have had surgery in and for places to look like top models who are really not models. So where the plastic bottles can befriend you, but see, me and my imperfections are beautiful. See, I happen to know a man who loves me for more than just my blush. But even if he didn't embrace my imperfections so much, I'm a moving masterpiece, mere strokes of God's brush. I'm in tune with God's touch, and he designed me. He refines me. He reminds me I'm beautiful. So if they never see you on the covers of magazines like Cosmopolitan, 17, or maybe even Essence, I just may start a magazine for naturalists and send it to each and every one of them as a present. Or a fashion show where virtue and character determine my selection, because every time I've checked reality, character was beautiful. Virtue even the more. So if you never see me on those covers, I want you to think 2 words when you think Brittany. So y'all ready? So what? Because I'm beautiful. Make some noise. Make some noise. Because y'all beautiful too. Oh, we got the clap. Okay. The clap track. So
We need all that.
Go ahead and talk about the stretch marks and people being natural. No shame to anybody getting work done. This is not what that's about. The point of the piece is self-love. It's to understand that if you are not validated by, I don't even like using the word validation because I feel like we all need affirmation, right? But if you understand who you are, then the confidence that you have comes from a whole nother source, right?
Right.
So if right now I'm single, right?
Right.
I'm throwing that out there. I'm also very picky.
That part, you know what
I
I mean?
have to add that because people come at me crazy.
Right.
Y'all DMs be crazy.
You know, I ain't gonna speak to my DM.
We ain't gonna discuss that.
We don't talk about Brittany.
We're not gonna discuss
that.
Speak to my DM, man.
But yeah, no, y'all talk about how you feel from a male's perspective. I mean, look, I turned into the interviewer, so I would like to hear your perspective on how you feel about just, people embracing who they are. Not saying that you can't enhance yourself. In fact, you should, and whatever that looks like for you. You feel me?
Right.
I was supposed to go to the gym today. Amen. So what are your thoughts about like just stretch marks or whatever? You spoke on a little bit.
Yeah. Like I said before, I ain't never seen a man afraid of a stretch mark. I'm like, I ain't gonna discuss my age, but I'm older.
It don't matter.
You know what I mean? But at the same
There's only one alternative
older
to getting.
heads.
It's
older,
only
you know what
it's
I mean?
only one alternative to getting older.
That part.
and that's getting younger.
Where they do that at?
But for real though, Yeah, I'm like stretch marks don't do nothing to me. I'm like I'm fine with it. I'm like it's part of a woman being a woman.
Right.
I'm like yo,
Yeah,
she's going to have stretch marks because if she had a baby or whatever the
Lost
case
weight,
may be,
gain weight, whatever.
Right.
I know men that got stretch marks. Amen.
Right.
So,
So I'm like, what difference does it make? I'm like,
It happens.
It's never been.
It's growth.
It's never been a thing to where it's
a deal breaker.
kill
It's
the
not
deal.
a deal breaker.
Yeah, it didn't kill the deal. It wasn't like, okay, she got stretch mark. I don't know. Nah, I'm like, whatever.
Right.
Shit, man,
you.
that's a woman, man. I'm like, yo, she beautiful. She beautiful. It don't make nothing.
I'm gonna throw some cream. What is it?
Icing.
The cocoa butter.
The
cream.
cocoa butter. I'm gonna rub my lady up with some cocoa
Absolutely.
butter.
Honey,
You know what I'm
yes.
saying?
Straight
Healing
up.
is life.
Babe, I'll be home in a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, we look, we know about the cocoa butter.
Right.
cocoa- heck
Right.
And I'm like, yo, if your girl is, if you're fortunate enough to have a girl to be like, hey, you know, just rub the cocoa butter on the stretch marks. Hey, you in there? Straight up. So I'm
Facts.
cool. So I'll be like, hey, shit,
I have.
bring your stretch marks and go get the cocoa butter.
I want to
Let's
hear
go.
your perspective, Queen. Go ahead.
I honestly, I mean, I really don't know of many people who don't have a stretch mark on their whole body. Like, I mean,
Facts.
it's most of us do, but I think that is just because of the fact that it's so like airbrushed out on everything that you see.
Media.
That that image of perfection is like what we expect of ourselves when it's not really real. Like,
Right.
I mean, I know people who are 120 pounds that have stretch marks. So it's not even necessarily a size thing, whether
It's a
you're big or
growth.
small.
Right.
It's a thing just that happens to a person's body.
That's
And
good.
it shouldn't be like, looked at as no crazy thing. It should be as normal as anything else.
I can dig it.
Y'all done turned this into an episode of Dr. Oz.
That
Some shit like that. Let's get back to the hip hop.
Let's
That
go.
part, you know what I mean?
Let's go.
Hey, I just wanted to ask you one last question on my part was Maya Angelou got her face right on the quarter. How do you feel about that being a poet?
I think that's huge.
Right.
I think that's huge. I think the understanding that I have with poetry is that for many, many, many years, poetry was known as activism. Like when something, the comedians were too, though.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when something needed to be pushed, the way that we were, the avenues that we had in some eras was entertainment, right?
Right.
We have a lot more platforms and venues and avenues now to express ourselves, right? And educate and bring awareness. But we had entertainment. And when I tell you, like, you can inspire, you can incite, you can evoke, you can provoke via the arts, I think that's powerful. And I'm still learning in my own journey about the prevalence and the power behind poetry. Maya Angelou is, you can even consider her an activist. She had movements. Like, it wasn't just, oh, I'm saying roses are red, violets are blue. There's a whole lot more to what we do. So I think that's a huge, what is it? Maybe a small step for her, but a huge step for poetry everywhere.
Absolutely.
Poets everywhere.
Definitely.
I think that's humongous. I think that's important.
So I'm like, with that being said, that's a good way to wrap this up. Brittany, tell people where they can reach you at.
Absolutely. My name is Brittany Soul, and you can find me at BrittanySoul.com. All my handles are there. I'm not on TikTok. My kids are trying to get me on there, and I'm theater kid, so it might happen.
Look,
But I'm definitely on a few communities. So BrittanySoul.com.
and what the next place we can see you at? Because I'm like, we definitely want to see more of that performance.
I
That was
appreciate
crazy.
you.
Absolutely.
I'm performing at the Springs Preserve. I'm being brought back to their Black History
dope.
Festival
That's off
on the
my back.
19th. And it's funny he mentioned MGM because I'm connected to them too. So I might get paid to be there for that and to perform. So that works.
Nice.
Bang, bang.
Yeah. But I also am receiving that honor award and performing at Taste of Sounds of Soul on the 23rd of
Nice.
February. And I will be, the city of Henderson is booking me for some fashion show that they're doing and art fair and fashion show. So they're bringing me in to do that
man, I love
on the
it.
26th. And that you could bring your kids, you can bring the family, you could, bring who you
Okay.
want. So
Okay.
for those. So yeah, I'm doing some things. I have some virtual shows coming up, but right now, buy the book.
Yeah,
By the
get
book.
show
Download
them
the
the
music.
book.
I'm trying to do this
Key of
project.
Love.
Get out there, you know what I mean? Go get that key of love from
I just
Brittany
bought
Soul.
my copy. I was reading
You know what I'm saying?
Brittany's
Yes.
copy while I was waiting,
Yes.
and like I'm excited. I really like, what did you call it? The wisdom pages, the ones that
Value
you-
pages.
the value pages. Like,
Yeah.
okay, so it's a book of poems, and it's got stories, but every value page has like a really important question. And it's not just like a regular schmegular question. It's a question that's intended to provoke deep thought.
Yes.
And I really like that.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So much added value.
I'm so grateful. God has given me like 5 or 6 more titles to write. And some of them are actually like interactive like that. And then other ones are just like, they hit you like, ah.
All right. So, hey, everybody go cop the book.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Y'all done heard
BrittanySoul.com.
Brittany get up here and do her thing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Let's give it up for Brittany Soul.
Thank you so much.
Hey,
Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much.
Element family.
Hey now.
Thank you.
Appreciate
You know what I mean? And you certified on the bar test, baby.
Hey.
Certified.
That's important.
Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Ray Son, what you got, baby?
Man, hey, I'm gonna give y'all some Snoop Dogg news. Snoop just dropped a new album.
Yes,
it's
sir.
called Back on Death Row.
Man, Snoop ass.
Right. And not only did he drop an album called Back on Death Row, he just bought the rights to Death Row.
Right, I just seen that.
Right? Death Row Records. So Snoop is the new owner of Death Row Records. So I listened to the album, and it's more of along what Snoop's been doing. But
Okay, I haven't heard it yet.
Since it's called Back on Death Row, I was looking for the nostalgia of it. I was looking for Corrupt and Daz, Rage. You know what I'm saying? Some
All the Death
of
Row
all that.
artists.
Right.
No features?
No, I had features, but it wasn't that. It had Nas was on there, London on the track was on there. But
Yeah.
didn't have that Death Row nostalgia.
Yeah,
It
but
was
you
still
know,
a solid
I'm like,
album.
you gotta, you know, I believe that like Snoop dropping the album right away on acquiring Death Row and then dropping that was like a more of a publicity thing, trying to get some interest in Death Row.
Yeah,
you know, I'm like, you know, everybody heard about the allure of Death Row, but nobody is really engaged in Death Row like that. You know, it's got this negative stigma with him getting Nas and a few other people, you know, on there. It like kind of, you know, gets rid of that whole East Coast, West Coast thing that Death Row was so heavily involved in. You know what I mean? It just gave that negative stigma to it. Right. You know, so yeah, I'm glad he did do something that wasn't just Corrupt, Daz, Lady of Rage, because then it starts bringing that energy back like that.
I need that energy.
Hey, eventually it'll be okay to do it, but you gotta kill the old energy first to bring in that new energy. You know what I mean?
I agree.
So you can't be like, yo, okay, yeah, we gonna go.
It's a new start for the label.
Exactly. So you got to do something that makes it take away that negative stigma that they have to it.
Wah, wah, wah.
Look, hey man, I'm sorry. I know you want that gangster shit, but you know what I mean. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying?
We talk about Oprah, you want Jerry Springer.
That part, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, but you know. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. I'm like, yo, this kid right here, man. I'm like, what can I say, man? I'm like, yo, this dude, Vegas representative, you know what I mean? Born and raised, you know what I mean? From the soil, you know what I mean? And is crazy with the music. Right. When I say crazy with the music, I mean crazy. Man, the song he got out right now, this single he got out, video, it's like one of the dopest videos, one of the dopest songs I've heard in years come out of the city like that. I'm like he should, this dude should be on somebody's label, blowing up right next to the Drakes and all that right now. When I say that, man, look, that Leave Me Alone is crazy.
I know.
Like it's literally one of my favorite songs. It's in my top 10. My playlist. I play it every single day. I've played it for all my family members. Like I made it. You know what I mean? And that's for real. Man. You know what I mean? And that's for real, man. But you know what I mean? We ain't gonna even get too much into that because, you know, we are on a limited time schedule. But I just want to introduce my guy right now, Fifth Element family. Let's give it up for TAI BANDZ.
What's the deal, man? Talk to me, man. Talk to me, man.
I tell you what, they've been waiting on this interview.
Oh, yeah?
Oh,
yeah?
Slim and OT have been blowing your song up.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate that, man.
It's really dope, though. I mean, like, the visual is amazing.
Oh,
my gosh.
Like,
I love, like, did you come up with that concept? Like, can we talk about that?
Yeah, we could talk about it. So, yeah, I did come up with the concept of the video. And like when you listen to the song, it gives you like that crush feeling, like, you know, like that high school crush feeling. So, you know, I tried to tie that into it. And everybody that contributed to the video, they, you feel me, did their part and made it come to life. So I appreciate everybody that was a part of the video.
Yeah.
And,
Shout out Perrier.
Yeah, shout out Perrier, man. Shout out my boy, Addis Ye, man. Tap in with him.
And you and
Yes,
Perrier,
sir.
I'm like, did y'all grow up together? Was that like a collaboration y'all just met like through music or what?
Right. So we didn't grow up together, but we just now started linking probably like a year ago. You feel me? And then when we did the Code 7 kickball game, we realized we like, bro, we on the same team and we got a song together. So probably like a few days after that, we went to the studio. I'm like, bro, I got a beat. Like, it's like this, both of our vibe. You feel me? Like, we can talk to the lady. So he like, yeah, man, just schedule the session. I'm gonna pull up. So that's what happened.
Nice. And where'd you record that at? You recorded at Gas?
Yeah, I recorded at Gas Station Studios. Tiana, my engineer. That's crazy. That's crazy how she was here.
Wow.
Yeah, the baby go. Shout out to baby go.
Strategic. We strategize
Right,
over
yeah,
here,
that was
right?
crazy.
And I gotta give a big shout out to my man Durong, man, because I hit Durong up on the
that's my
phone and I
boy.
was like, yo, I need to plug on some R&B, you know what I mean, somebody that's gonna rock the club. And he sent me some names, and ever since then it's been cracking, man.
Appreciate that, my boy Duron. Shout out DJ Duron, man. He making big moves in the city, man. Collaborating all the artists too.
Yes,
So
sir.
yeah,
Yes,
y'all
he
be
is.
on the lookout for DJ Duron project.
Pump it or dump
sure.
it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I love it.
And I'm like, man, and so I'm like, the whole leave her alone thing, man, because I you know, this is like I said, man, this is one of my favorite songs, man.
Appreciate it.
I just want to know, man, like what else is coming following that? Because that's such a big song to me.
Right.
Yeah, I'm like,
Appreciate it.
I'm looking for the next thing that's gonna follow it, man. How you gonna follow that up, man?
So you know,
that
it's
joint is
crazy, man. It's crazy because Valentine's Day I'm dropping the project.
Right.
A Love
Yeah.
Potion project. Yep, the title's called Love Potion.
Yep.
It'll be on all streaming platforms, and it's more vibes like Leave Her Alone. You feel me? More of my female
Oh,
sound hit
wow.
vibes. So, and it's actually a little deeper, like more radio stream for real, like more mainstream hit. So,
And
yeah.
who did this?
Yeah.
Who did this track for Leave It Alone?
Amazing.
My homie TYDP. So my homie Giannis, he produced the track.
Okay.
Yep. He actually I went to school with bro. I went to high school with bro. So yeah, he
Okay.
produced that track, and then yeah.
Okay. So this project, I'm like, yo, February 14th. What's the name
Right.
of it?
Love Potion.
Love Potion.
Love
Okay.
Potion, yep.
So Love Potion. All right. How many tracks we expecting?
10 solid ones.
10
And I
solid.
try to keep it short because I know nowadays people attention span is pretty short. You feel
Right,
me?
right,
Like
right.
unless you're giving them like a full blown album. So yeah, I'm trying to keep it short. Try to keep it decent amount of time. Yeah, so
Okay.
It's 10 songs, all full of vibes, man. It's that Valentine's Day season.
That's right.
So you know,
Have
gotta
you-
drop it
have
for
you
the
started-
ladies.
Quality over quantity.
Have you
Yes.
started putting any visuals to the next single?
Bougie.
Bougie.
That's off the Love Potion project. That's the next video I'm gonna be working on. So when y'all hear it on Monday, y'all hear it, y'all be like, okay.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
dropping on
Crazy.
Monday.
We
Go
looking for
crazy.
a Sunday night.
Yeah,
Look,
it's
that
good.
part, I'm like,
It's good.
yo, what we got to do to get a sneak preview of it? You know,
Oh yeah,
what
it's
I mean?
good. I sing y'all a song right now. Play that.
Look,
Play
that part,
Say
I'm
less.
like,
For real.
shit.
Hey, you and Cyreek be going up.
Yeah, that's my that's my
Hey,
bloodline, man.
boy,
Yeah, that's
he came
my
up
that's
here
my boy.
and killed the bar test.
Oh,
But
yeah.
the song y'all got together.
Yeah.
boy,
Yeah.
Well, y'all got a couple songs.
Yeah, we got a
together,
couple.
matter of
Yeah,
fact.
he was on the Strictly for the Ladies project I had dropped in the summer for the females, and when I hear beats, I'm like, I know, I hear him because he gonna bring back that real R&B feel. Like,
Right.
bro, I every time I need him for a hook, he gonna come through. A hook, a verse, whatever I need from
Right.
him, he gonna come through. So, yeah, definitely like
I
that. That's my
appreciate
boy,
you. I
man.
appreciate that
shout
energy
out
y'all
Cyreek.
bringing.
Yes,
what
sir.
does OTL stand for?
Only the Larry. So my last name Larry. You feel me? Born and raised in Vegas, so that's what it stands for. We just stamped it. You feel me?
Okay.
Yep.
Right.
Yes, sir.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
Nice,
Yes, ma'am.
nice. I ain't
Yes,
mad
ma'am.
at that, man. I'm like,
That's the
man.
fam. That's the fam. Shout out to Larry.
So,
man.
tell me what some of your musical influences, man. Who got you into music, man?
Okay. Nelly, Ja Rule, Lil Wayne, of course.
Right.
I grew up. My family from down south, so I always grew up on like the Hot Boys, Cash Money,
Right.
Young Wayne. You feel me?
Right.
Juvie Turk. So that's some of my inspirations. Like Cash Money is like the best group to me, like because I really seen like them growing up, like the
Right.
whole baller blocking movie.
Right,
We used
right.
to really like act that movie out like as kids and stuff like that. So
Right.
that was
Wow.
one of my
Baller blocking.
my main inspirations. Yeah.
So, but so you don't have any family members that inspired you, that did music, that got you into it, or
Yep. So some of my older cousins, like shout out my cousin Mike, shout out my uncle Kamikaze. Kamikaze actually my uncle too. So
nice.
watching them like back in like 2014, 2013 when they was like going to the studio and writing and stuff, like I used to be like, dang, like I know I can do it, but
Right.
I didn't have the confidence. Like
Right.
I always felt like I know I can do this, but I don't know if people I was too busy thinking about other people's opinions.
You was in your own head with
right,
it, you know what I mean?
Right. So when I was like rapping to my uncle, he like, no, bro, like you need to drop this. Like I had recorded a song, my first song called Running Up the Bag, and they was like, yeah, bro, you really gotta drop this and really get on that. Like you really stop playing with your talent. So I'm like, all right. So then when I dropped it, everybody was messing with it. So I'm like, all right, now I can get comfortable with it, you know?
You know what's crazy is like you went to school with my son, and I used to ask my son all the time. I used to be like, man, who nice at the school?
Right.
He'd be like, I don't know.
Right.
I'm like, yo.
but that's true though, because I wasn't on that back then. Like I was still in my scared process. So I was like, man, I know I can rap and I know I can make music, but I really want to drop it like that in high school. So,
okay.
So you went from, you know, kind of being shy and like, you know, maybe holding back a little bit to now, like, you know, you talk about on the Support Me Now and on the Now and Never, like your tour grind, like you actually doing cities and like stuff like this.
Yep.
So I mean, what's that tour like? Like, what's that tour grind like?
It's lovely. I'm gonna keep it real, and I learned from like the bigger artists that I did shows with, like Lil Durk and Kalon, for real. Like I learned a lot from them, to where it's like, this is how when I do reach that level, this is how I have to move, you know. And they be putting me on game, like like find you a team, build your team, you know, and y'all work together. And when we do sound checks and stuff like that, it just be a like a dope feeling. Like this is what I'm made for. Like this is my passion. Like, and it's just crazy seeing it all come together. Like I never thought I would be like right here, right now.
To be honest with you, man, I'm like I see you going like into spaces that a lot of artists aren't able to fit into, you know what I mean? Because of the versatility of the song that you dropped. It gave me like a feeling of like, man, like it wasn't soft at all, but it wasn't so hard that people couldn't digest it, you know. It was one of them things where it's like you ride that fine line of where you make respectable music with respectable lyrics, and you know what I mean, you rode that line perfectly on this thing, man. I was like,
and that's what I be focused on too. Like now when I write, I don't write with cuss words no more, because I'm thinking about the bigger picture. Like I need this spent on the radio, that's money, you know. Like people be needing music for like shows like All American and CW shows and stuff like that. Like you can't be cussing and everything. So it's like I try to, when I write, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna cuss, I'm not gonna use no cuss words. Like it has to be radio friendly out the gate, so we don't have to be making all these edits, you know, to make it easier on my engineer too. So
it makes it easy on the engineer. You know, like, and you have more product ready and available and ready to go versus someone who might be like a hot artist, but they cuss all the time.
But they cuss all the time, right?
Yeah.
So and then it's like you could have opportunity, like, oh, bro, can you send me something for the show right now? With like, oh, I got to make a radio edit. Like, no, I got it right here. Like, bro, I can shoot you that like right now. Like,
you know what I mean?
Good.
What's your airdrop?
I'll airdrop it to you right now. Right.
Straight up.
Hey, just because you said for shows like All American, we got a friend, Six John. He was on the show actually.
Shout out to Six.
He writes for show. He wrote for All American. He wrote music for All American, Empire, some other shows. But I'm definitely gonna put him onto your music.
Oh yeah, bro, appreciate that, because I'm a big fan of All American, man. That's my show.
Yeah.
I love me some All American.
Yeah, he got up here and Young Sev went crazy. Yeah, you know what I mean. So he said All American, that dude blew his top.
Right. Yeah, All American. That's my show, man.
That's crazy. That's dope. That's dope. So I'm like, you know, this is a hip hop show, you know.
Oh yeah, of course.
We talk hip hop, you know what I mean? So you know what I mean? I'm like, you know, we got a little something called the bar test, and you've seen it sitting from the back, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I just want to know if you studied.
Oh, I study.
You studied?
I study.
Well, hey, you know
This
what I mean?
man is
I can turn
prepared.
up.
All right, we about to see if we got a
Let
scholar in the
me
building.
get it prepared, and y'all keep doing your thing. I'm gonna let you know when I'm ready for y'all.
Okay. I want to.
My favorite song that I like is Know About It. That's my
you like that Know About
with
It,
the
man.
Menace Society sample.
Yeah, you know, crazy.
Yeah, Know
I
About It.
love
That's
it. That
really
one
like,
goes so crazy for me. I love that one.
When I was writing that, it was like a point, like I was really like in my struggle for real. So I'm like, but what do people know about my struggle? Like, I can, you feel me, like paint them a picture of what I go through on a day-to-day basis. Like some people, like you never know what somebody going through. So it's like,
it's true.
Just be mindful, you know, like what do you know about you? You know what I said in the song, like what you know about it, trying to get my name up. You know, like people really be trying to get their name up when they do music and stuff. So it's like, you feel me?
Yeah.
Just in that state of mind, man.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm like, know about it was crazy. I'm like, you know, my favorite song is "Leave Me Alone." I'm like, I like that mug is so crazy. Man.
When I make songs like that, I try to make it to where like it's cool for the ladies too, but then on the male side they can play it too. Like, you feel me? So it's like when you with your lady or something, like, man, let me slap this. You know what I mean? Like on some cool vibes.
But it had that swag though. Like I say, man, it had that swag. It's got that like it's got that energy. That energy I walk around with all the time. I'm like, oh yeah, this is talking to me.
Right. That's the picture I be trying to paint, man. That's just me. I'm a ladies man, so it's like
there it is.
You heard it. You heard it here on the Fifth Element.
I want the LA Rams to take it. I'm gonna keep it real.
Okay.
I want the Rams to take it.
He said he a ladies man. He's a part of the tribe.
Yeah, you feel me?
He's a part of the tribe. You know what I mean?
Good.
The tribe.
Welcome, brother.
You feel me?
All right, let's go ahead. Let's go.
KSAAM.
You know what I mean?
Good.
Hey, let's go.
Hey, let's go, man. Fresh Friday, man. Long live my uncle, man. Long live Fresh, man. You already know, big OTL. You already know what the deal is. Hey, y'all can hear me?
Yep.
Yes, sir. Tay Band's about to eat.
Loud and clear.
Hey, nigga, first thing first, I'ma always keep it real. Young nigga bought $1, really trying to touch a meal. How you say you making plays, but you ain't never in the field? Niggas doing all that capping, fuck around to get you drilled. For real, ayy, bitch, you stuck on stupid if you ain't heard of me. Every beat I touch, bitch, I murder. I'm talking first degree. He said he want to feature, tap in, cause I can't work for free. My mama, my family to feed, don't take it personally. It's hard trying to make it when you rap about this real shit. They done turn me up, I'm a menace, turn on the kill switch. A lot of niggas rap about pistols, but never kill shit. And they the type to make it, that's that shit we gotta deal with. It's TAI BANDZ who can fuck with me, nigga. Put some money on this shit funny me, nigga. Wanna take me on the trip and live comfortably, nigga. I got my foot up on their neck, so don't you come for me, nigga. Hey, and mommy told me everybody ain't your friend, nigga. So I had to separate myself to make some bands, nigga. Bitches OTL, that be the game. These VVs dripping on my neck, this peep the diamonds on my chain. This shit too easy, nigga. Let's spend 100 at the mall, I'm trying to ball or something. And why these niggas acting gangster, boy, we know they frontin'. All my niggas ballin', if I need it, they gon' throw it to me. Put me in the game, I'm going in, I'm scoring hella buckets. Fifth Element, yeah, y'all got me on my gangster shit. I really play it cool, I'm from the north, that's where the gangsters live. Fifth Element, yeah, y'all got me on my, I said I really play it cool, I'm from the north, that's where the gangsters live. Don't get the wrong idea, cause I make music for the bitches that I won't turn up on you niggas. Ayy, don't get the wrong idea, cause I make music for the bitches that I won't turn up on you niggas. TAI BANDZ, man. Let's get it.
Wow.
Let's keep it real. Just because he making songs for the bitches that he won't turn up on you niggas.
Niggas be forgetting, man. Niggas be forgetting, like, don't get it fucked up, man. Niggas can rap too, man. Don't get it fucked up. I just don't want to show that side of me. You feel me? Like,
we can be gentlemen and we can get into some gangster shit. You
right,
feel
you
me?
can
Whatever you want to do.
Whatever you want to go with it, we can go with it.
However you want to do it.
TAI BANDZ has been certified on the Fifth
Certified
Element.
on the
Good.
With the big red rubber stamp. Boom.
Bang.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
TAI BANDZ, man. Hey, tell the people they can reach you at, bro.
Man, you can follow me on IG at OW_TAI BANDZ. That's TAIBANZ. On all streaming platforms, TAIBANZ. Love Potion is on the way. 2/14/22 Valentine's Day, Monday, midnight. It will be out.
Woo.
So go stream that, run that up. And
Cupcake season.
Cupcake season. I got some vibes on there for the ladies, man, and for the fellas too. So it's good.
Already. Hey, y'all,
Yes,
go get that Love Potion, man. Dropping
Run that
on
shit
Monday.
up.
Run it
It's
up.
about to be crazy. You know what
Yes,
I mean?
sir.
Hey, give it up for my guy, TAI BANDZ, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Hey,
Appreciate it. Thank y'all.
hey.
I just want to say too, like, y'all got a dope little team going in the podcast. This
Thank you, bro.
podcast is so dope, bro.
Thank you.
Thank
I'm
you so
peeping the vibe, bro.
much.
Y'all.
Yeah, man.
Y'all,
Appreciate
yeah,
you,
man.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
We appreciate
Thank y'all,
it, man.
Appreciate it.
And this is for
It's a
y'all,
family.
man.
Right,
This is for y'all
exactly.
to do what y'all do, man.
Exactly,
and we
bro.
appreciate
Appreciate
y'all coming up here and just sharing y'all talent with us,
Right.
man. We love it, man.
Appreciate
We love
it, man.
Love
Couldn't
Thank
do it
you.
without Vegas.
Right.
Absolutely.
Shout out the
You know
city,
what I mean?
man.
Right.
Yeah, sir.
sir.
You know what I mean? Vegas on the map. Yo, Ray Son, tell them what we got going on so we can get paid.
We got our sponsors, man.
Definitely want to give a shout out to Wisdom Mood and Guidance. She's specializing in tarot and oracle guidance. And y'all check her out if y'all into tarot. I don't know if anybody's into tarot, but get you some readings. It ain't nothing scary or nothing like that.
Shout out Wisdom Moon.
Wisdom Moon Guidance on YouTube and wisdommoonguidance.com. And then our barbers, man. Q the Barber, C the Barber,
To the barber.
Benny, Chuck, everybody over at the barbecue shop.
Holla.
What they saying? They say they taking
Taking
off
off
phase.
phase.
Taking off.
They
phase.
located at 2077th North Jones behind the Burger King. So, man,
Yes,
let's
sir.
get it.
Yes,
And,
sir.
big- and big shout out to Mr. North Las Vegas, Lord Malik. Peace, God.
Yep.
Peace.
Peace, Mr. Love. Happy belated birthday, guy.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
We want to give a big shout out to Miko and big shout out to BSC Radio, Black Sin City Radio.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? Hey, with that being said, man.
That's it.
You know what I
Shout
mean?
outs. Well, I gotta say
shout
happy
outs.
birthday.
Oh,
Happy
of course.
birthday to Messiah Born Original.
Oh, yeah.
Messiah Born Original turns 8 today. I love you, King. I love you, Messiah.
birthday,
Peace.
man.
And I would
Alright.
also be remiss to not say happy birthday to Isan Aye Watts, who's turning 10 double digits on Sunday. Happy
There it
birthday,
is.
baby.
Happy
I love you
birthday.
so
You know what I mean?
much.
Happy birthday, young man.
Sorry,
You know
happy
what I'm saying?
birthday.
And that's it.
Hey, there it is.
It's a
You know what I
wrap?
mean?
Is it a
Hey,
wrap?
hey, yo,
Wrap
Book,
on
take us
sport.
out,
Oh,
baby.
no,
Take
Book
it, Book.
got it.
Clear story.
Clear
Clear road.
Wrap it up.
Get it ready.
Wrap it up.
Here you go.
Hit it,
Bug. It's
Bug.
on you.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, we out.